Well, thank you guys for clicking. Welcome to episode 9 of Sexy Beefcast. What's the title this week?
No picks. No pick means no dick.
Makes
Don't know what that means, but there it is.
There's no connection whatsoever to anything in life. I just thought I'd put it on there because I thought it was funny. Well, we have the same three people as we always do. We got
Miss Lady.
Cum dumpster.
and
Kinky times.
forgot for a second. That's okay. And Wine Diamond 69. So let's get right down to business, all right? We got 3 stories to choose from.
Mm-hmm.
Which one do you want to choose first?
I don't know.
69's jeans shorts. Oh my
right, this
god,
one-
my itchy.
Oh, good call, sir. We have our shot.
This
to take.
guy just always going over the
Oh, my
shots.
goodness, I'm sorry.
Why are you shaking so much?
I'm nervous. I don't know why. Why don't you explain
You're
to the
nervous?
audience? No. Why don't you explain to the audience what we're drinking?
It's a Maker's Mark, you know.
Some
Some
bourbon?
classic
Some
stuff.
bourbon? All right,
Bourbon.
well, let's do it. A 1, a 2, a 3. Always forget how terrible that is. Good thing I have some creamy here. Thank you, Starbucks. Fresh. All right, so
Very.
now let's get down to brass tacks. Oh, you chose 69.
Get down to the
I
brass
said
ass.
69's jeans shorts, so it sounds like the year
What?
69. But apparently your jean shorts, and it says gym. Oh god.
So,
Oh, real quick.
Did someone
Yeah,
fart?
Probably Panini, but
yeah, what's up?
I said the brass ass. But funny story about that is when Vince told you that he was going to take you down there when you were 18.
Yes.
The place is still open. I thought it closed
Is
down.
it?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Drove past it the other day when I was in Newport.
You thought of that, didn't you?
Mm-hmm. You were with us, actually. Never mind.
I was with you.
Mm-hmm.
I do remember that. Interesting.
Yep.
Fresh.
Wow.
That was a lady.
Oh.
This lady. All right, so this story that I chose is more. It's not really you so much as it's just me.
When were you at a gym?
It wasn't at a gym.
Oh dang.
Thanks, by the way. Mr. Just trying to think of a clever name. It doesn't matter.
Mr. Pervo.
Mr. Pervovich. Pervovich.
Pervovich, yes.
Pervovich. Anyway, it was his class. You know how he always used to make us wear shorts?
Mm-hmm.
Or take shorts, change into them.
Mm-hmm.
And if you forgot, you have lunch detention? Was that it? Or something like
Oh,
that.
like that.
Well, I didn't want to have that. So when I went...
With him, mind you.
Which was frightening. So I went back into the locker room. And I realized I forgot my shorts, but I didn't want to tell anybody. So I had the idea to... I was wearing jeans that day.
Did you cut your jeans?
No.
You rolled them up.
I rolled them inside, all the way up to like where my knees were. And I got away with it. He didn't even know. And the thing is, we were playing it, and it kept falling, so I'd have to catch him and like curl him back up real quick so he didn't see. Oh man, but I got away with it. I was so proud of myself.
But I bet you
hated
smelled the rest of the day.
Huh?
Did you smell the rest
I mean,
of the
what
day?
else is new? That was his daily occurrence in
I
middle
wore deodorant in middle school. It was the year before that I didn't really exactly take care of myself. Yeah, because my first year of 6th grade, I probably brushed my teeth.
Yes,
maybe
first
3
year
times.
of 6th grade.
Yeah, I had 2 years. 6th grade, it's okay. If I hadn't have failed, I wouldn't have met you, or you. You fine people. So there you go. And we wouldn't have this sexy beef cast today.
I mean, we could have.
No, because what would happen? Let's just say that.
You would have failed somewhere else down the line.
What?
You would have just failed somewhere else down the line.
Okay, let's go on with, but all right, depression. We'll go with that. Why not? Okay, so we got 2 other stories. We might as well tell both of them. Actually, the second one's not really a story, more so than just a question. If you can guess, how many times were we kicked out of the library?
Oh, man. Oh.
We were kicked
Why
out.
they even let you back in after a certain...
Listen,
Because
I
we
have
were
no idea.
learners.
Well.
Did you ever check out any books?
No. Well, the Big Book of Masturbation.
Yeah, I put it in the kids section.
But you didn't.
Give him a clever name. Who was it? The person that you
I got
don't
along
know.
with
The
some
one
douchebag.
Call him douchebag. It was the one time you two got along.
Yeah,
What
we
did you
got
do?
along great. And then just we found this book called The Big Book of Masturbation. We're like, you know, it's gonna be funny. Let's put this in the kids section. And yeah,
See, and
oh yeah,
some little kid.
I'm gonna imagine some
Got
little
the
kid
birds
found
and
it.
bees talk early.
It wasn't birds and bees. It was how to like heat up watermelons and stuff and use them for your
Oh
pleasure.
my god, really?
Like no joke, yeah. We looked through it first.
Why
and,
would you waste a watermelon?
Hey, I guess it feels
I
good.
don't care. Watermelon are delicious.
Well, maybe the watermelon went bad.
Apparently, they're delicious in other ways too.
Ew.
Oh my gosh, that's awful.
Apparently,
Do
I
you
don't
remember
think
anything else from the book?
It was just a
that where
big
you got
book
your
of
banana
masturbation.
Was there a pie that you would
Could have been bananas,
bananas?
banana peels.
Hollow them out. Oh, banana peels? The fuck?
Is that where you found that one out?
Hell yeah.
Really?
It's like nature's sock.
Yeah, but slippery.
Yeah. Like, man, Mom, I'm finished with this banana. Oh, wait.
What happened to all these bananas?
I'm not done yet. What happened to all the bananas? What happened to the peels?
Don't worry about it. Mind your business.
Mind your business.
Why would you have that in a library?
It was...
You gotta know how to get off, okay?
I don't know why you'd have it. I mean, it's research.
It is.
For someone who doesn't know, I have no idea. No, you're right.
Or they want new and inventive ways.
Or at least I feel like that should have been in a restricted section or something.
Nope,
I don't know.
it wasn't.
There was no other books like that that I know of that was there. I remember.
Imagine being the author of that. I wonder how they found
Master.
out.
Oh, I bet they're single and they're happy about it. You
They're
remember?
not ready to mingle.
I think junior or senior year, you tried to search for it in the system at the library. And it
Yeah,
wasn't there.
it didn't show up.
They must have gotten rid of it.
Maybe they didn't know that they had. Maybe someone planted
Maybe
it.
that could have been it. Well, do you remember if there was like a binding on it? Like,
There
from the
was.
library?
That's how we found it.
Let's look it up.
All right. You look it up. So you don't remember what the first one is?
No,
I
I'm not.
don't want her to see my dick. Remember when I worked at the movie theater? There was a girl there. We'll call her Shashika.
Oh, I still don't remember. I remember the part you
Oh
telling
my
me
god,
this.
from angst to zeal.
Weird.
But anyways,
I got terribly drunk.
Oh, that was
Yeah.
a good night.
Wait, you weren't there when
I
did
wasn't,
this.
but I've
I
seen
keep
the
fucking
videos.
Forgetting that. I think I did tell you this before.
I mean, I've pretty much been there. I mean, I've seen enough videos and can probably recite
Fucking,
you the majority of it.
Splodge. She took so many videos of that,
Oh.
and then he just plays them over and over and over again.
Because they never get old.
I mean, they are interesting.
They're hilarious and they just don't get old.
It's
there
by
was-
a chick. Go on.
Oh, really? Oh, interesting. Well, I remember I had a crush on this girl that I asked out. She said yes, and she never took me up on it. She used me. It's fine. Anyway, I got really drunk, and I guess I was upset about it or something like that. And
Yeah, you
I was like, "Don't show this to Shashanika," or something like that. I don't want her to see my dick. It's so tiny.
At least he's honest. Yeah.
Well, you gotta be honest, man.
He's not bringing like, oh, I got a 12-incher coming.
Listen, if I'm honest, there's no way they can be disappointed.
Exactly.
It's like
They
a
can only
safeguard.
Be
They can only be maybe surprised. Maybe it's bigger than what they were thinking.
exactly. They can only be more satisfied than what
Like
they
I
thought
was
was going
thinking
into it.
3 inches, but hey, 3.5 is pretty good.
Yeah, right?
Okay, you
3
ready?
and a half, but girthy.
Are you ready for? Oh my god.
Yes, we're ready.
For the product description,
The big book of
So-
masturbation.
Yes.
it says, I'm going to skip over some of the
That's
things.
fine.
Carefully researched and attributed the author's selections
Carefully researched.
alternately entertain an entrance while educating us about the breadth and depth of this practice,
Holy
common to
shit.
all, taboo to some, celebrated by others. The Big Book of Masturbation addresses the myths and questions that have plagued society for centuries.
Oh.
From whether you get hairy palms and go blind from masturbation to whether self-pleasure is illegal. The author shares with us how porcupines and other animals pleasures themselves.
I didn't know porcupines did. They better be careful.
Attitudes about solo sex practices from the South Seas to Africa, and Mark Twain's views on the subject. She also analyzes our culture's seemingly inconsistent responses to the masturbation brouhahas of Pee Wee Herman, Dr. Jocelyn Elders, and Ann Landers. So it's just like presenting masturbation from a variety of perspectives. This is a thoughtful and intelligent look of controversies, blah, 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 that surround the intriguing and universally practiced and now snubbed behavior.
Oh my gosh.
And this is what the book looked like, right?
Kind of, yeah.
It probably had a different, it might have had a different cover. What year did it come out? What year was it published?
Let's see. Sorry.
Once
You're fine. It's fine.
Once saw a dolphin hump a dead fish on the internet.
Say that again?
Said I once saw a dolphin hump a dead fish on the internet.
It says 2003.
2003, that would be right.
Right around there.
Well, I mean, we were in that grade. I don't remember what grade, but we met in 2006? No. Was it 05 or 06? I don't remember.
Well, whenever you
old.
Google that, there's the Big Book of Pussy.
Big Book of Pussy. Oh, I have to buy that.
Because you ain't getting it any other way.
Apparently it's out of stock, too.
Damn.
Luckies.
Well, that's interesting. Thank you for looking that up.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it. All right, so let's move on to. We should. I was thinking that maybe we should do like a different segment.
Probably.
So I came up with 3, excluding the first one.
Yeah.
We could find funny stories on the internet to talk about.
We could do that.
We could just come up with more games to do. I don't know. I was pretty vague about that because I didn't really know. My last idea is other ideas.
Oh jeez.
I was hoping the other ones would spur on a discussion of other shit.
Your ideas are just terrible sometimes.
Other ideas is not an idea. I should correct myself.
I mean, it kind of is an idea for other ideas.
This is true. But Miss Lady Come Dumpster. Did you hear the 3? We could talk about stories from the internet, like funny stories we hear. We could play more games and come up with more games to play, or we could just think of other ideas. It's not really an idea, but do you have any ideas?
Well, Kinky. 60.
I'm
Kinky. Why don't you explain what Seamus?
Nah, that was excluded.
This is true.
He said that already.
Excuse me.
It's okay.
I don't know. I guess I could look up some stories.
You did tell that one story about the girl that they were trying that anal stuff or the anal beads and she got them stuck up her butt or something like that. I heard once, I forget from who.
Gold.
I think it was a comedian they were talking about, like, you have to be careful because your butt gets greedy sometimes.
Hey, ain't that the truth?
Yeah.
Okay, sure. I got one.
All right, let's hear it. We're going to talk about a funny
Okay. Says today I fucked up by using a butt plug twice. Okay. So for those of you that don't know, I like to explore Reddit, and so you'll see
Reddit
a lot
is a
of.
beautiful thing.
It is.
And so you'll find a lot of stories on it. It's a great place. I would highly recommend going, especially when you're bored.
Yeah.
But anyway.
What's wrong?
I said it's actually the place where I found the dolphin humping a dead fish.
Oh, would you look at that?
So here's the story, and this is by Broshow 824. Okay. So for Valentine's Day, my boyfriend wanted to go to an adult store and buy some things to enhance our sex life. I, being the adventurous girlfriend that I am, was totally down for it.
Oh my gosh.
Among many items, we purchased 2 different butt plugs. One was a ball, and one was a Christmas tree shaped plug.
Holy shit.
Both of these are not supposed to be able to get
Hot.
sucked up into your butt.
Like I said, bucket's greedy.
Bullshit. So we used the Christmas tree shaped one first. He put it in and went back to having sex, and I could feel him hitting the butt plug when he would thrust, and it felt great. So I was like,
Nice.
heck yeah. Then I didn't feel the butt plug being
Just
hit
like me
anymore.
and Aaron.
Just like it.
I told my boyfriend it fell out, and we stopped and searched the floor until under the bed and even out in the hallway and bathroom, thinking he kicked it when it fell out. We didn't find it. We chalked it up to the room being dark and figured we'd find it later. So he grabs the ball-shaped butt plug. He attempts to put it in. The ball has a flat circle-shaped stopper that is supposed to prevent it from sliding all the way in. I lube up the butt plug and tell my boyfriend to shove it in. Don't be shy. So he does,
yeah.
and got way too excited. He starts screaming. I had no idea what was going on. I was screaming at him to tell me why he was screaming. He tells me the butt plug went all the way inside me.
Gotta poop it out.
I start crying. He's running around saying things like, why? Oh God, why? And he's apologizing.
I just killed her.
I'm yelling at him and asking him why he did this. Like he purposely did it, but I was freaking out. I'm squatting on the bathroom floor trying to push this thing out of me. I have 2 fingers in my butt and I'm desperately trying to get a grip on it. I'm crying still. The boyfriend is asking me repeatedly if I got it out. I'm yelling at him to shut up. Total chaos.
Shut up!
I pushed it like I was giving birth, and I finally got a grip on the ball part and pulled it out.
Oh my god.
It was foul. I take a steaming hot shower. I am so relieved, beyond relieved. My boyfriend now knows that sexy time is done, so he starts cleaning up our bedroom.
Ew, what's that mean? They get poop anywhere?
Oh, I'm
Possible,
sure.
I guess.
Oh my god.
I asked him to find the other butt plug, the big one. He comes into the bathroom and very timidly tells me he has torn the room apart, even taken the mattress off the bed frame and cannot find the butt plug.
She's a freaking bitch.
I knew what he was suggesting. I squatted, did an internal check, nothing. He told me to get dressed and took me to the ER. So we tell everyone at the ER what's going on. One nurse says to me, my husband begs me all the time to do that, and I tell him absolutely not. This is why.
How open they must have to be to just tell somebody that.
Well, it's probably so that she'd feel better.
Oh,
you know what I mean, too?
Right. I'm not that dumb.
God.
Oh, right?
Who would do that?
So they have me change into a gown, and then the ER doc comes in. She says, I heard the story. Are you sure you searched everywhere? We told her yes, and then I told her my butt keeps clenching itself, and I feel like I had to poop. She
It's up
told
there.
me to try, but nothing comes out.
Boy, do I know that feeling.
They did an x-ray, and it didn't show the butt plug. The doc also did an internal exam and couldn't feel it.
Holy shit.
She said she believed it was inside of me because my butt keeps clenching itself.
Hot.
She told me that some companies design the butt plug to show up on x-rays for this reason, but others don't, and plastic and rubber and silicone may not show. She told my boyfriend that she
Cheap
hopes... Well, dang. Now, this is the part that I'm like, dang, you don't have to do that. She told my boyfriend that she hopes we had fun and are happy because I'm going to have to go into surgery. She said they're going to admit me and get me into the operating room stat. Dude, I was like dry heaving. I was beyond freaking out. I all of a sudden felt like I had to poop again. The doc told me to try, but not to strain. I sat on the toilet and rocked back and forth and prayed like I've never prayed before.
It's the best way to get the poop out. If it's in there, you swing back and forth. It's coming out.
I pooped. The nurse had given me a plastic hat-shaped tray to put in the toilet in case I pooped the butt plug. But I didn't put it in the toilet. So after I pooped, I looked in the toilet and it looked just like a huge turd.
Oh my god.
So I was bummed and figured it was just poop. As I'm reaching down to pull my pants up, the toilet starts to flush on its own before I can really inspect the poop. I had to make a split-second decision. Find out for sure that the butt plug was in there, or let the docs go in me and find out. I reached my bare hand into that toilet faster than I've ever been capable of moving. Sure enough, I felt the rubbery butt plug. It was completely covered in poop. It was the most disgusting thing ever. So now I'm carrying this giant poop-covered butt plug in one hand, trying to pull up my jeans with the other, and the hospital gown falling off. I dropped the butt plug in the sink, washed my hands like 5 times to get my pants on.
Oh my gosh.
I ran out to the ER desk and announced I pooped it out. they give me the gloves. I go back in and attempt to clean it off. I wash the skin off my hands. I went back to the ER room and got dressed. My boyfriend was like, yes, we're leaving. I was like, I want Chinese food now. The doc came in and asked if I pooped, and I said, yep, the butt plug is right there. She removes the paper towels and examines it. She was shocked by the size. The nurse came in and was like, I'm not trying to show off, but it's over there. She was like, by all means, show it off. I want to see. My poop-covered butt plug was on display for the whole ER staff was rushing in to see it. I felt like a superhero. The doc was like, you literally just saved yourself from going through surgery. I was like, that's how I roll.
The super poo.
Holy shit.
We left the ER, got Chinese, and I gave my boyfriend head to make up for the interruption earlier. Happy Valentine's Day.
Valentine's Day.
So, with that being said, some people like to make comments, and so there's always like there's this one guy that's Hunk a Muffin that always makes poems out of these fuck ups.
Oh really?
Oh yeah, and they're the best. So she wrapped up saying, you know, I took a pic of the of the poop covered butt plug, and you know, so they are happy. Long story short, are we ready to hear the poem?
Sure.
Super sexy Valentines. Let's explore the fecal minds.
Great.
Shopping for a pooper plug that goes further than ever dug. Christmas tree and spherical, a pornographic miracle. Daddy says it's time for bed, so Daddy gets some good night head.
Oh my god. That guy's a genius.
Christmas morning at 10 o'clock. Here comes the tree and then the cock. Tree was good, let's try the sphere. Say, where's the tree? It must be here. Hey, Prince Charming, commence the ball. Dear, it's too far down the hall. To the toilet with lengthy shriek. Plug two's playing hide and seek. Found it, where's plug one? It's still not in the bedroom, hun. A sudden sense of urgency. This is an anal emergency. Dr. Feelgood joins the hunt to fix a Valentine's Day stunt. X-rays don't find rubber dong. Last poop to fix sexy gone wrong. Squeezy, pleasy, jeezy, plop. Hear the massive dildo drop? I'm sorry, babe, you want some ice? How about sesame seed chicken with shrimp fried rice?
Oh my gosh.
He is a hero.
Squeezy,
genius.
squeezy, pleasy, jeezy, plop. Hear the massive dildo drop?
Just for that line right there. Great man.
It's fucking
Oh
fantastic.
god. So that wraps
Great
up
man.
for this lady's Reddit stories.
There you go.
Oh, there we go. We can have.
Oh,
There's a segment right there.
good times.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
That it was.
So now we're only at 25 minutes.
We're only at 25 minutes?
Sure are.
Well.
So do you want to talk about some, I don't know, you have any stories from the past? I mean, when we get into this normally, we'll have a more of a format, but do you have any stories you want to talk about from, like, growing up? It's hard. It's getting harder and harder to think of stories that we fucking did. Every time I sit down to do this, I'm like,
thanks.
oh yeah.
Oh, here it is. The dolphin. Oh, that's not the dolphin, but that's a dolphin doing something.
Oh my god.
Dolphin fucking another dolphin's blowhole.
Do you remember walking home from junior high and that tree you said was the vagina tree?
Mm-hmm, yeah.
And you like
Wrecked it with another
you put
branch.
sticks in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It curved back together. It looked like a vagina. It really did.
And then the guy who collected cans in our town. Can man. Remember he had that big bag in the woods. I think we were looking for porn or something because
It's like I bet he had porn in there. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was it.
yeah, that's right. That was fucking fantastic.
And we found his cans.
Sure shit did.
We took them.
Did we?
Made some money. Nah,
Like,
we didn't.
yeah, I was gonna say. I don't
Yeah, we
think we
lied.
did.
Holy shit.
What?
Okay. So there was a forum. Doctors and nurses have read it. Despite knocking before entering a patient's room, what's the strangest thing you've walked in on a patient doing? It's like, warning, very, very not safe for life. I'm not a nurse, but was married to one for 15 years. She was in neuro ICU. So neuro nurses are a group with startling, well-developed black humor. So neuro nurses deal a lot, and this is me talking. Neuro nurses deal a lot with mental disorders or genetic disorders. It could be anywhere from like autism and stuff like that.
Yep.
So when I was invited to her work parties and such, I took to entertaining myself by wandering around and asking people for their war stories. The all-time winner? Apparently this nurse walked in on a post-surgical patient sitting on the trash can, drinking his own brain fluid and shitting.
What?
Neat.
He was fucking drinking his own brain fluid.
As I understand it, he had a tube venting fluid from the ventricle of his brain
Oh my god.
to keep the pressure down.
That's some good brain fluid, boy.
Oh my gosh. Like, we eat bugs, but you imagine that shit? Holy crap.
Hey, whatever gets you off.
And he was shitting at the same time.
He was shitting in a trash can.
Hey, he didn't know
shitting
any
in a
better.
trash can.
Yeah.
Remember that episode of Doug? Did you ever watch Doug?
I did watch Doug.
The drum one where they were playing.
It's been a while since I've
Music
seen
of-
Doug, though.
There was one where they were playing music on the trash can, so like you could say shitting in the trash can.
Yeah,
Shitting in the trash can.
I think so.
Hey dude, watch this.
All right.
What?
It was not Kiki's fun.
No,
sounds.
sorry.
It's okay.
Not yet, at least.
Heyo.
That's number one.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Right there.
Right there.
Oh, yeah. Oh my god, little girl.
I'm going to jail.
Little boy, come here. Oh.
The cops are here.
Yeah. Fuck you, coppers. I'm fucking this little boy.
Okay, you ready for another story?
Yes.
Okay, so this is another nasty one. Doctors, nurses, Redditors, what has been your most gory, disgusting, or worst medical experience?
Hot.
So this is an OR nurse here, and this is Banzai Panda. OR nurse here. This is kind of a long one. I was taking call one night and woke up at 2 a.m. for a general surgery call. Pretty vague, but at the time I lived in a town that had large populations of young military guys and avid meth users, so late night emergencies were common. Got to the hospital where a few more details awaited me. Perirectal abscess.
Sounds good. I like it.
For the uninitiated, this means that somewhere in the immediate vicinity of the asshole, there was a pocket of pus that needed draining. Needless to say, our entire crew was less than thrilled. I went down to the emergency room to transport the patient, and the only thing the ER nurse said as she handed me the chart was, "Have fun with this one." Amongst healthcare professionals,
Always good.
vague statements like that are a bad sign. My patient was a 314-pound Native American woman
Oh.
who could barely fit on the stretcher I was transporting her on. She was...
That's racist? Ain't nothing called for.
Or very confident.
She was rolling frantically side to side and moaning in pain, pulling at her clothes and muttering Hail Marys. I could barely get her name out of her
Cyst on her beehole or something.
after a few minutes of questioning. So after I confirmed her identity and what we were working on, I figured it was best just to get her onto the anesthesiologist so we can knock her out and get this circus started. She continued her theatrics the entire 10-minute ride to the OR, nearly falling off the surgical table as we were trying to put her under anesthetic. We see patients like this a lot, though chronic chronic drug abusers who don't handle pain well, and who have used so many drugs that even increased levels of pain medication don't touch simply because of high tolerance levels. It should be noted, tonight's surgical team was not exactly wet behind the ears. I had been working in healthcare for several years already, mostly psych and medical settings. I watched an 88-year-old man tear a 1-inch diameter catheter balloon out of his penis while screaming, "You'll never make me talk!"
That's a guy I want to drink with right there.
He's probably got some fucking stories.
He does.
An 88
Never make me talk.
I like it.
and pulling catheter out
Right.
of his penis while saying that. I've been attacked by an HIV positive
Damn.
neo-Nazi.
Oh my god.
I've seen some shit. The other nurse had been in the OR as a trauma specialist for over 10 years. The anesthesiologist had done residency at a level 1 trauma center, or as we call them, Knife and Guns Club. The surgeon was an ex-army and averaged about 8 words and 2 facial expressions a week. None of us expected what was about to happen next. We got the lady off to sleep, put her into the stirrups, and I began to wash up the rectal area. It was red and inflamed. A little bit of pus was seeping through, but it was all pretty standard. Her chart had noted that she'd been injecting IV drugs through her
Oh my
perium.
god.
So this was obviously an infection from dirty needles or bad drugs. But overall, it didn't seem to warrant her repeated cries of, "Oh Jesus, kill me now." Who the fuck would inject drugs around your butthole?
Quick or high, you know, it happens.
Oh my god. Well, no, because I was thinking, because people drink out of their buttholes.
Yeah, butt chugging.
But that's because it's...
Well, it's a direct...
Right.
Yeah.
That's what I was wrong with the thing. But yeah.
Direct contact in
I
your
would imagine if
bloodstream.
you do the drugs close enough to your
You
beehole,
think
it's
that
going to
would
do
be
the same thing.
kind of idea?
Well, but the thing is that if you inject it directly into your bloodstream, then that would be... But it's probably also so that it would hide... Well,
Maybe
anyway.
she just gets off of beehole play.
I
She
don't know.
likes needles by her beehole, you know?
The surgeon steps up with the scalpel, sinks just a tip in, and at the exact
no
same
such
moment, the
Oh,
patient
no.
had a muscle twitch in her diaphragm, and just like that, all hell broke loose.
Oh no!
Unbeknownst to us, the infection had actually tunneled nearly a foot into her abdomen, creating a vast cavern full of pus, rotting tissue, and fecal matter that had seeped outside of her colon.
Oh.
The godforsaken mixture came rocketing out of that little incision like we were recreating the funeral scene from Jane Austen's Mafia.
Oh my gosh!
Why?
We all wear waterproof gowns, face masks, gloves, hats, the works.
Didn't help.
All of which were as helpful was rain boots against a fire hose.
Oh.
The bed was in the middle of the room,
God.
an easy 7 feet from the nearest wall, but by the time we were done, I was still finding bits of rotten flesh pasted against the back wall.
Think how terrible that smells. Because you got shit, you got pus, it's an infection, so you know
Dead, rotting skin.
Dead, rotting skin. So fuck, that would be
And- or-
terrible.
yeah.
You gotta kill
And it
yourself afterwards.
Shot out like a freaking shotgun.
You just gotta kill yourself.
Yeah, pretty much.
You're not getting clean ever
Holy
again.
Shit.
As the surgeon continued to advance his blade, the torrent just continued. The patient just kept seizing against the ventilator, not uncommon in surgery. And with every muscle contraction, she shot more of this brackish gray-brown fluid out onto the floor until within minutes, it was seeping into the other nurse's shoes.
Ah,
Oh, that's the
quit.
day you quit nursing. Exactly.
I'm done. I quit.
I'm done. Fuck it. I'm out.
I was nearly 12 feet away, jaw dropped, open within
Everyone should
within
be.
my surgical mask, watching the second nurse dry heaving and the surgeon standing on tiptoes to
Only
keep the
dry
stuff
heaving?
from...
Right.
Probably because she had already emptied her stomach. standing on tiptoes to keep this stuff from soaking his socks any further. The smell hit them first. Oh God, I just threw up in my mask. The other nurse was out. She tore off her mask and sprinted out of the room, shoulders still heaving.
Oh my God.
Then it hit me, mouth still wide open, not able to believe the volume of fluid this woman's body contained. It was like getting a great big bite of despair and apathy that permeated this woman's life.
Okay, wait, before you go on. Sorry, I'm just curious. She, obviously, she's unconscious, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So, how are they, do they have her,
She's on a table right
she's
now.
on a table, is she face down, or is it like a hole in the table where it's
Well,
like
she
spreading
said they put her in the
cheeks
stirrups, so it'd kind of be like
open? Okay, so it's
gynecologist
stirrups. Okay,
type
alright,
deal.
yeah, okay, I forgot.
So she's laying down,
Yeah.
and then like every time like she seizes, like her muscle spasms.
Oh my God.
It just squirts it out like a super soaker.
And remember, this is like a huge ass woman.
Oh my God, I forgot about that.
Big
Okay,
300
go on.
pounder.
Oh my God, go on. Oh shit.
It was getting okay. I couldn't fucking breathe. My lungs simply refused to pull any more of that stuff in. The anesthesiologist went down next. An ex-NCAA D1 tailback.
Oh.
Yep, that's what it was. Sorry.
His 6'2" frame shaking as he threw open the door to the OR suite in an attempt to get more air, letting me glimpse the second nurse still throwing up in the sinks outside the door. Another geyser of pus splashed across the front of the surgeon.
Oh.
The YouTube clip of David at the dentist kept playing in my head. Is this real life?
Holy the fuck.
In all operating rooms everywhere in the world, regardless of socialization or privatized, secular or religious, big or small, there is one thing the same. Somewhere there is a bottle of peppermint concentrate. Everyone in the department knows where it is. Everyone knows what it is for, and everyone prays to their gods they never had to use it. In times like this, we rub it on the inside of our masks to keep the smell outside at bay long enough to finish the procedure and shower off.
Oh my God.
I sprinted to the central supply, ripped open the drawer where this vial of ambrosia was kept, and was greeted by an empty fucking bottle.
Oh no.
The bottle had been emptied and not replaced. Somewhere
Fuckers.
Sons
out
of
there,
bitches.
You fucking lazy ass.
somewhere out there was a godless bastard who
Right.
had used the last of peppermint oil and not replaced a single fucking drop of it. To this day, if I figured out who it was, I'll kill them with my bare hands, but not before cramming their head up the colon of every last meth user I can find, just so we're even. I darted back into the room with the next best thing I could find, a vial of Mastisol, which is an adhesive rub we use sometimes for bandaging. It is not as good as peppermint, but considering that over 1/3 of the floor was now thoroughly coated in what could easily been mistaken for a combination of bovine afterbirth and maple syrup, we are out of options. Oh, Benini, come here.
This sounds like a sexy time.
Oh my gosh.
I started rubbing as
Just
much.
really slipped in it.
Oh,
Oh.
face first.
Well, and keep in mind, like, the reason why it's so, like, brown is because of all the blood, too. Because there has to be blood in it, too.
Yeah.
I started rubbing as much of the Mastisol as I could get onto the inside of my mask. Just glad to be smelling anything except whatever sliming
Fuck yeah.
demon spawn we just cut out of this woman.
I'd rather smell my own shit.
Right.
The anesthesiologist grabbed the vial next, dousing the front of his mask in it so he could stand next to the machines long enough to make sure this woman didn't die on the table. It wasn't until
Killer.
later that we realized that Mastisol can give you a mild high from huffing it like this. But in retrospect, that's probably what
It was
got us
better.
through it.
Yeah. Holy shit.
By this time, the smell had permeated out of our OR suite and down the 40-foot hallway to the front desk, where the other nurses still sat, eyes bloodshot and watery, clenching their stomachs desperately. Our suite looked like the underground river of ooze from Ghostbusters 2, except dirty. Oh, so dirty. I stepped back into the OR suite, not wanting to leave the surgeon by himself in case he genuinely needed help. It was like one of those overly artistic representations of a zombie apocalypse you see on fan forums. Hold on. Come here, woman.
Dear God, that's awful.
This, yeah. No, none of this is good.
None of it is.
None. Just the worst.
Oh my gosh, that is awful.
Here's this one guy in blue surgical garb standing nearly ankle deep in lumps of dead tissue, fecal matter, and several liters of syrupy infection. He's performing surgery in the swamps of Dagobah, except the swamps... Oh, sorry. Except the swamps had just come out of this woman's ass and there was no Yoda. He and I didn't say a word for the next 10 minutes as he scraped the inside of the abscess until all the dead tissue was out. The front of his gown a gruesome mixture of brown and red, his eyes squinting against the stinging vapors originating directly in front of him. I finished my required paperwork as quickly as I could, helped him stuff the recently vacated opening full of gauze, taped the woman's buttocks closed to hold the dressing for as long as possible, woke her up, and immediately shipped off to the recovery ward.
Get the fuck out.
Those poor custodians.
Oh no. Oh.
Until then, I'd only heard of alcohol showers. Turns out that 70% isopropyl alcohol is about the only thing that can even touch a scent like that once it's soaked into your skin. It takes 4 to 5 bottles to really get clean, but it's worth it. It's probably the only scenario I can honestly endorse drinking a little of it too. As we left the locker room, the surgeon and I looked at each other, and he said the only negative sentence I've ever heard him utter in 2.5 years of working together. That was bad.
Oh my god.
The next morning, the entire department, a fairly large floor within the hospital, so the entire department still smelled.
Jeez.
The housekeepers told me later that it took them nearly an hour to suction up all the fluid and debris left behind.
Oh my gosh. Just throw those shot packs away.
Just burn it. The OR suite itself... The OR suite itself was closed off and quarantined for 2 more days, just to let the smell finally clear out. I laugh now when I hear the new recruits to healthcare talk about the worst things they've seen. You ain't seen shit, kid.
I literally have.
Too long, don't read. Don't shoot
of shit.
Don't shoot IV drugs into your taint.
Jeez, oh shit, that's fucking terrible.
Oh, jeez. Imagine she started spinning that table.
Was that? I wonder if that woman was like.
It's kind of like a sprinkler.
Was she with it? Did you say that?
They had to wake her up afterwards.
Yeah, they knocked her out.
No, I meant, was she all there? Like,
I would imagine.
Mentally?
She just happened to be a drug user, so
that's what it was. Just
she injected into her taint. Yeah.
God, that's awful. Okay, well,
a very beautiful sprinkler-like thing.
After that awful disgustingness, Tinky, what do you got?
We got some noises.
Got some noises?
We do.
Thank you, Miss Lady.
Mm-hmm.
Go over to the game.
For future reference, that was the perfect amount of time. Anyway.
Everybody knows the game already, you know?
Yes, the game.
Switch it up. This
What's
time
in this
there's 1 porn, 2 non.
2 non. Okay.
So, yeah.
A, B, and C?
A, B, and C, I guess. Yeah, we'll go with that.
All right.
Let's turn them up.
What, you said 2 porn, 1 not?
1 porn.
2
2
porn,
non.
2 non. And also, he likes to kind of push it with the rules. I guess there's not really any rules, but
There's not really any rules.
Porn.
It just sounds.
So sex.
Know?
Well, let's explain. Sex scenes from movies, Hollywood movies, don't count as porn. We'll say anything that's devoted, that's sexual intercourse, and any other thing that falls under.
But they have to find the true. What is just down? Yeah.
So, like, if there's anything like if sexual intercourse or anything that covers is the main focus of the movie / film / whatever, that would be considered porn. So that would exclude Hollywood movies, which that's not the main point, is sexual intercourse.
It's got to be real sex.
Right.
That's what he's trying to get down to here.
There you go. Exactly. All right. Let's
Here we go.
him.
Here's A.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so again, it's 1 porn, 2 non.
1 porn, 2 not.
Okay. B.
Here's B.
Harder. Harder. Oh, yeah. Oh, harder. Oh.
I just want to point out that they live in an apartment.
There's
And that's fucking
Yeah,
loud
we
as
do.
shit.
Yeah, it is.
Okay. C.
And here is C.
Oh. Oh. Oh, my God.
Okay.
That's hard.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with B is
Is the porn?
no. No, C's the porn.
C is?
C's the porn. C's the porn.
I'm gonna go with B.
B is the porn?
Yeah.
What do you
It
got?
is C.
Damn it!
B just C sounded a little bit. That was a woman. You should know the difference.
There is B. Or there is C.
Oh my
god. Holy shit. It's a girl getting her butt
Demolished, yes.
demolished.
And that's just, yeah.
Oh, yeah, give it to me. Harder.
It's just a girl yelling into a microphone.
And then gay sounds from the first one. It's just picture 2 dudes almost kissing. Almost.
All right,
It's good times.
It
I
sounds
mean,
like it. Well,
nothing but gay sex here. I love it.
But gays.
We all love it. If you don't, you're prejudiced.
Right, exactly. Come on now. All right, so Miss Lady, come dumpster. If you don't mind, we're gonna do a moment. Of
It's okay. Go on.
Okay.
We always have to do that.
Moment of silence for McLovin and Splodge.
What about Mac and Jr.?
He doesn't get a moment of silence.
Yeah,
He's never been a part of this.
He's not worth it.
Well, he's never been a part of this. Well, neither
It's
is
true.
McLovin.
It's true, but
McLovin.
okay. All right.
Well, technically, neither is McLovin.
Right.
Well, but he's cool.
All right, well, let's do a moment of silence then. All right. I almost cried.
I am
Jeez. That's emotionally
exhausting.
impactful and exhausting, exactly.
We
That's the
need
better
them
word.
back.
Well, that was this episode of Sexy Beefcast, episode 9. No pick means no dick.
Episode 9.
It is.
Where are they all at on the interwebs?
They're,
Oh,
they're-
and shout out to Mattress.
Oh yeah, we'll always give a shout out to Mattress.
Yep, mattress.
Um,
If he didn't work so late now, he could have joined us. But
it's true.
I mean, he's off now. But
He's
Yeah.
probably tired.
Yeah, he tends to stay up a lot.
Anyway, make sure to subscribe.
Exactly.
why
And
are
like-
you scratching the dog with pretzels?
Good question.
I'm just curious. Looking over, she's stroking my dog's neck with pretzels. She seems to be enjoying it though. So,
That's why.
you know what, whatever.
Let us know if you have any suggestions or if you want to see anything new.
Exactly. Make sure that you share this video so that we can get
All the
more
ways.
recognized. Thank you guys for clicking on the video, and thank you for listening to the podcast all the way through 100%.
Like you should be doing with all of them.
Exactly. All right, guys. Until next time, this is Wine Dine at 69.
Kinky times.
And Miss Lady.
Come down.
Come dumpster.
Thank you guys.
It's never gonna fit.